What's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. Fire content only. Here today, bringing the heat for the football guys. And hey, make sure you check out the website, footballguys.com. Sign up today, become a subscriber. There's elite content over there you do not want to miss out on. And please make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Leave a comment below on what you guys think about this episode. And hey, we're going to be talking about Patrick Mahomes today and his fantasy impact on losing Tyreek Hill. And I'm here to iron everything out. I have you cool, calm, and collected that Patrick Mahomes will be fine, people. Patrick Mahomes is an elite quarterback, people. We just need to stop overthinking, stop worrying about Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill leaving and all this other craziness, man. Patrick Mahomes passes the eye test. He's an elite quarterback, people. It's not because Tyreek Hill, he was an elite quarterback. And hey, Tyreek Hill is also explosive wide receiver as well. I think these two individuals don't make one another. I think these two individuals are just individually great at football, and they're going to be fine for fantasy, man. Patrick Mahomes, now, I definitely feel as though he's still that QB1, so there should be no worries. So let's just take a peek at some of the things that Tyreek Hill has done for the Chiefs, man, and he's an electric wide receiver. I'm pretty sure you know that. Now, Tyreek Hill has 4 1,000-yard seasons for the Chiefs. That's most in franchise history, people. He has 8 touchdowns at a 50-plus yards, and that is tied most in the NFL since 2018. Now, the Chiefs bring in Juju Smith-Schuster. They go to the draft. They get Sky Moore. And they also bring in MVS. So let me touch on MVS real quick. MVS has a role in the offense now where he's going to be stretching the field. We saw a lot of this when he was with Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, he may not catch the ball every single time, but he has a role there to stretch the field, to give the defenses, a little shakedown field with him doing a 9 route. And maybe he catches it, maybe he doesn't. Whatever. We're not here to talk MVS, but he fills that Tyreek Hill role when Tyreek Hill was taking those, defenders all the way downfield. So I definitely feel as though with Tyreek Hill running a 4.29, MVS running a 4.3, the dude's fast. He has a role. It's locked in. So I like that they added MVS there. So therefore, that gives Patrick Mahomes that deep threat. Now, Juju Smith-Schuster, he comes in. I got a huge question mark on him. I don't know what his impact's going to be for fantasy. I mean, the last 100-yard game he's had was in 2019, Week 8 versus Miami. So there's not much to go off of Juju in recent years with injury and just lack of production overall. So, like I said, they do bring in 2 guys and a guy from the draft, Sky Moore. Hopefully he hits the ground running. So let's just look at Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes right now. So Patrick Mahomes only has 5 games without Tyreek Hill, but Patrick Mahomes actually did fine, in my opinion. He had a 4-1 record without Tyreek Hill. He actually threw for 347.4 yards per game, people, and he had an 8-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio. That is pretty solid to me. In those 5 games, he had an average of 103.1 passer rating. So these are all great things, while Tyreek Hill was sidelined with injury, suspension, whatever the case may be. I think this offense is going to be able to move forward with a Juju Smith-Schuster, a Sky Moore, and an MVS. They have guys that are just going to have to step up. And let's be honest, when Tyreek Hill was suspended or injured, they didn't have these new additions. They had to deal with what they had in-house, and they were able to still go 4-1. Now, you're probably thinking, what does this mean for fantasy in those 5 games? Only one game where Patrick Mahomes had under 20 points. He had 18 fantasy points, which I understand that's not, elite points. That's not QB1 points. But, hey, these guys are going to have bad games. Tom Brady has a bad game. Aaron Rodgers had a bad game, et cetera, et cetera. But in that game, he didn't throw any interceptions. He also didn't throw any touchdowns, but he threw for 315 yards. So I'm okay with that. That's just letting me know that that's how good of a quarterback he is. He struggled that game, but he still managed to put up 300 yards and 18 fantasy points. So I'm okay with that, in my opinion. And again, that's not going to be every single week. We're looking at the Chiefs offense now. They're able to bend and adjust because they've shown us the games without Tyreek Hill. They went 4-1. He had an 8-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. I'm not worried whatsoever about Patrick Mahomes. And there's also a guy there named Travis Kelsey who's still hanging around, who's been there for a while, who's tight end 1 still, crazy enough, past his 30s right now. So I feel as though you guys are a little too worried about, the impact of Tyreek Hill leaving. And you have Travis Kelsey, who had a 21% target share last year. So obviously he gets the boost with Tyreek Hill having that 25% target share that he had last year. So there's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that are going into this offense where I think we all should just relax, just know what we know about Patrick Mahomes and how much of an elite talent he is. And like I said, one doesn't make the other. Tyreek Hill doesn't make Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes doesn't make Tyreek Hill. But for fantasy, man, you got to not overthink this. He's still that QB1 in our hearts. He's still QB1 on paper, still QB1 on the field and on tape, whatever you want to call it, man. I'm not worried about a Patrick Mahomes whatsoever. He's still going to be putting up big points every single week. So people, like I said, Travis Kelsey's still there. Juju's now added. Question mark there, but I feel as though he's going to be a nice addition. Sky Moore and MVS stretching the field. There's not much of a drop-off here, people. They added their free agents. They added their draft picks, so I definitely feel as though just relax. Patrick Mahomes is still going to be that QB1. So hopefully you guys like this episode. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and make sure you check out the footballguys.com website. Become a subscriber. Elite content you don't want to miss out there. I'm your boy LaQuan, Real Deal Fantasy HQ. Please follow me on Twitter as well, and I'll see you guys next week for another great episode. Peace.